Let's go out to Germiston now. Bring in SABC News reporter Calvin Dludla, who's live for us outside the block of flats. Calvin, where the people were evicted earlier today. Give us a sense of where they are as night falls, and do we know exactly how many people have been affected by this eviction?
Good evening to you, Tembegile, and to our SABC viewers at home. As you have mentioned, you are back at the Germiston SABC. That is when a commotion took place earlier, but I have to tell you that now the situation is much more calmer. But what is surprising is that community members are gathering Tembegile here. I've tried to ask as to why they are not going to their places. They told us that no, they just to witness what is happening here. Even police officers, the South African Police Service members and the EMPD members are also assembling, gathering here. They told us off the record that no, they are suspecting that some of these residents might start protesting and destroying government's properties. Now, let me tell you, when we arrived here, there were so many police officers. You would think that is during midday, but now they are telling us that no, they are not moving. They just want to make sure that these residents disperse before they leave. Here with me, Tembegile, I have shotgun shells in my hands. One was used by SABC, one was used by EMPD. These shotgun shells that Masabata is showing you are a proof, Tembegile, of the commotion that took place, police firing rubber bullets. When I picked those shells up, police asked me, why are you picking up those shells? I told them that I just want to show our viewer at home evidence, concrete evidence of what transpired during the day when some of them were still at work. But I will have to move out of shot so that our video journalist Masabata can be able to show you this Home Affairs local office. As you can see, it was gutted by fire during the day, and we are told that fortunately identity documents, I'm talking about smart cards, they were not destroyed, and we are told that even passports were not destroyed. Earlier we spoke to a Home Affairs official who told us that they will still have to calculate the number or the figure, the estimation of the damage that was caused by this fire. Also, we also engaged the South African Police Service. We spoke to Major General Fred Kekana, who confirmed that two people were arrested, alleged instigators. The point of contention, Bongiwe and Tembegile, is that residential area where the residents were evicted. Today, we are told that they have not been paying rentals. One of them told us that she has been staying here since 2010 during the World Cup, and explaining to SABC News that the amount of the rentals kept on increasing to up to such an extent where he could not even afford to pay, saying that she was paying at least 4,000 rands a month, but it came to a point where she could not afford to pay. She stopped paying around 2018. That tells you that that person has almost 7 years without paying electricity. Most of them saying that they are paying for levies. I'm talking about water and electricity. One of them saying that she stopped paying in 2022, but they do confirm that they have been getting letters, notices informing them that they need to pay. And on Sunday, we are told that there was a meeting where they were informed that they will be evicted in that residential area. And now in the morning, the local offices were torched, Tembegile. But when we spoke to one of the senior officials from the EMPD, he did mention, Tembegile, that there is a linkage between the protest and the torching of these offices of the Home Affairs. But for now, the situation is calm. People are roaming around. Most of them them are gathering, and the police officers are here. But for now, Thembekile, back to you in studio.
Calvin, we've got about, I think, 2 more minutes to go, and I want to get in maybe 2 or 3 more questions. The first being, there was uncertainty earlier around whether people who had been paying rent were also evicted. The police saying that's now been sorted out. But from your understanding there today, are there people who've been paying rent who are affected by the evictions, and what has been done to deal with their situation? To whom were they paying if there's no record?
Okay, good question, Thembekile. When we interviewed or conducted interviews during the day about this matter, we didn't find anyone that told us that they were paying. Most of them confessed on television or admitted that they were not paying rentals. But there were claims from others who did not want to appear on television that they are paying. There's a lady who even showed us a slip that she was paying. But when I asked that lady as to how much are you in arrears for, she didn't want to tell us, because she told us that she paid on the 31st of July, which is last month, but she doesn't want to elaborate more as to whether she was in arrears or not, because according to the executive mayor, there were most of these people were in arrears. Even those who started paying lately were still in arrears, and they had to sort out their issues with the municipality. So to answer your question, yes, there are those who are saying they have been paying, but in most of them, they are still in arrears, Thembekile.
And Calvin, just to get clarity on one of my earlier questions, in terms of the number of people, do we know how many people were actually evicted today? And we were just showing now pictures, in fact, of bakkies, trucks moving away some of their furniture. And do we know where they will shelter this evening? Where will they sleep?
Okay, Thembekile, to answer your first question, when we were there during the day with Petejo, our video journalist, we were told that that residential area houses at least 400 people. So when we were there, we were told that at least 235 of them have been evicted, and the police officials or those who were hired to assist in evicting those residents told us that they were still evicting other houses, which means at that time 235 residents were evicted, and when we left, the eviction process was still taking place. So the number could have increased Thembekile from 235, but we were told that those who are paying will have to come back tomorrow so that they can sort out their issues with the municipality, confirming that in that residential area no one will be allowed to sleep there today. It's either you are paying or not paying. If you pay and you have a proof of payment, then you need to come back tomorrow to the and we go to the municipal offices here Egoruleni so that they can be able to assist you. We spoke to some of them who were driving around the residents that were evicted, asking them as to where are they going to sleep today. Most of them are saying that they don't know where they are going to sleep. Some of them fortunately saying that they do have relatives where they can go and sleep and try to sort this issue out to tomorrow. Some of them are even saying, Thembekile, they have lost their belongings, they have lost their furnitures, they have lost expensive appliances here, because those who were not inside their houses today, they found their appliances or furnitures on the road, Thembekile, and there were those people who were just taking everything they want. So if you were at work during the day and you are affected, it means that you would find your furniture, your appliances on the road. It's a difficult situation for those people, because they would not even know where to go and claim those appliances. But they don't know, most of them, they don't know where they're going to sleep. Some of them are going to relatives, as you have mentioned, that you are seeing bakkies or vehicles carrying furnitures. They are trying to find a way, they are trying to find a place to sleep, because during the crossing that we had, a media briefing that we had with the executive mayor Kagaza during the day, he didn't want to elaborate more as to what is going to happen compensation to the people who have been evicted. Tembegile.
Calvin Dludla live for us in Germiston. We're watching the eviction of hundreds of people today after failure to pay rent. They're living in municipal property, it appears. We'll try to go back to Calvin. In fact, we've also reached out to the office of the mayor in that region.